We are a non-governmental organization duly registered and approved in Nigeria to facilitate or support the Sustainable Development Goals, which one of them is a quality education for all. And we are here today to appreciate the girl child today, your quality education with the male child, and that is why we are here. And we believe we are going to do something good today and see how we can entertain ourselves academically. Nowadays, we've come that a lot of persons, because of the nature of the society today, do not have much interest in learning again. We have found that some of us just come out because we have not grown to the age of business. So let's come along and waste our time. Some says education is scam, but that is absolutely rubbish. I'm not going to take any cut in calling it by its real name. Education is something great. Yes, even the Bible acknowledges education as knowledge. It said wealth is a defense, knowledge is defense. But the difference between money and knowledge is that the person that has wealth cannot have his life being preserved by it, but wisdom can preserve your life. So we are here today for wisdom. We are here for knowledge. Please, can you put your hands together? It is an inter-school debate. It is a debate program between Government Girls Secondary School, Rumueme, popularly known as Rumueme Girls, and Government Secondary School, Rumuokuta, all in Port Harcourt. Can you jam your hands together for them? Clap for them. Good. And I am the moderator, and I'm not going to do this alone. But before I proceed to mention the topic of today's event, permit me to mention my backroom staff, the persons who are going to work with us together to make today's event great. I have, by my left back here, I have Dr. Patrick Onyonobi. Dr. Patrick Onyonobi is a member of panel of judges. Please, sir, can you give a wave? All right. We have Mr. Fefo Oji. Can you also give a wave? We have Miss Glory. Can you also give a wave? Miss Glory also. They are the panel of judges, and one of them too, Favor, will double as the accurate timekeeper, as we normally call. We have our great man by the camera stand and the subsequent moderator, Mr. Charles Anyama, popularly called Don Chaleman. Don Chaleman, please raise your hand up. Yeah, also can never die. All right, like we have said, it takes two to tango, but today it's going to take about 6 contestants to make this great occasion. We have, we're going to look at them today, debating on the topic that says, should parents be involved in selecting a spouse for the girl child? Should parents be involved in selecting a spouse for the girl child? It has become a topical debate today that parents tend to have or want to get overwhelming influence on deciding who their daughter marries. I know many of us who are not yet to the age of marriage, but many of our aunties will tell you this, that sometimes it's not usually easy for you to present a spouse before your parents and say, Mom, Dad, this is the man I want to marry. It becomes a big challenge that some of us or some of our elder sisters, aunties have passed across before they were able to get married. So here you have to go out, start searching for a spouse, and when you get the one you want, the one you feel okay by you, when they bring him home, the parents will start assessing him. Everyone, they come, they look at his shoes, look at his eyeglass, look at his dress code, look at the way he talks, look at the kind of car he drove in. In fact, a lot of assessment is being carried out at a point before to accept him or not. And sometimes it becomes heartbreaking when they reject such a person. So today, we want the world to hear us. We are the girl children. Are we not? Are we not the girl children? We want to discuss this today. Don't be surprised if you see yourself tomorrow on the national television talking about this. Yes, it could be, it's just what is happening now. So we want to know your point of view today. Should we allow parents take part in selecting a spouse for us? Or do we say no, we are capable enough to select our own spouse for marriage? So this debate will be treated out here today. Now it is between Rumuokuta guests, like I've said, they are opposing this topic. The Rumueme is proposing. So permit me to call out first the proposing party. We are calling out on Didi Chibroma Peculiar, the chief speaker. Please come up. Clap for her as she stands. The second person here is Okoro Augusta Chioma. Please clap the podium. And lastly, we have Lucky Jack. Lucky Jack Precious. Please clap the podium. This is the team that is proposing. May I call on the opposing team? Please clap for them. Don't be tired of clapping, please. The chief speaker for the opposing side is, and also the host today, because we are, they are playing home. Yeah, they are playing home today. We are calling on Onyinyechi Nwakibeya. Onyinyechi Nwakibeya, please climb the stage. That is the chief speaker for GSS Rumuokuta. Clap for her. Step in. Continue clapping. We have Begemona Wako. Begemona Nako. Please, Begemona Nako, come through here. Yeah, follow that stage. We have lastly Basil Treasure. Basil Treasure. Keep clapping. All right, thank you so much. These are the academic gladiators for today. We are watching them. It's not easy to stand out of the crowd. It's not easy to stand on the podium like this, to speak and to talk to the audience. Please, let us clap them and make them feel at home. Clap them once again. This event will go on 2 rounds. The first round, that's going to be large events, and the summary of it called the round-off points. During the round-off points, we call the chief speakers to speak. But right now, the rules of this game is this. 1, every speaker will speak for 2 minutes, except the chief speakers from both sides, who will speak for 3 minutes. I repeat again. Every speaker in this debate today will have the opportunity to present her point to the audience for 2 minutes, 120 seconds, except the chief speakers from both sides that will be given the chance to speak for 3 minutes, 180 seconds. During the round of points, the chief speakers will come out again to defend and to summarize what she and her teammates have said during the debate. And that time is called the round-up points. And they'll be allowed to speak for 1 minute in summary. But before then, may I call on the team lead of the chief, the leader of the panel of judges, Dr. Patrick, to tell us the timing of today's occasion.
Thank you, Madam the Law Esquire. I feel honored to welcome everybody here today. It's an academic competition. It's not a do or die affair, but at the same time, it's a do or die affair. So what I mean is this: you need to put your passion, your life, your heart into what you're going to say today, because you're representing not just yourself but your school. Okay, enough introduction having been said. We have some rules here that will guide the proceedings of today's event. There are 2 rounds. My colleague has already mentioned them, the first round and the second round. We are going to judge every speaker based on 4 criteria. The first one is grammar. Okay, the 4 criteria all have each 25%, which will accumulate into 100 overall. The very first one is grammar and expression. You are encouraged to speak as a good English user. Be mindful of your tenses, your punctuation, your pauses, and your sentence constructions. Be mindful of them. The second one is the number of points you're going to raise for us. Don't just speak in a vacuum. Any address you're going to give here today will be based on the points you are going to raise. So don't speak in a vacuum. But let's hear your point out very well, but you're going to be judged on them. The third one is eloquence. Eloquence is your ability to carry on within the stipulated time. If you have 10 seconds to speak, are you able to fill in those seconds with your speech without halting, without pauses? Now you have 2 minutes to speak. That means you should be able to speak continuously to the bell rings. That is eloquence. And finally, you'll be judged on boldness. Of course, you've taken your breakfast and you slept very well, but when you stand to speak, be mindful of how you shake before the audience and how you stammer. Be very bold because you are here to defeat your opponent. So these are the 4 criteria. If you have any question, you can ask that before we begin, so I can clarify your points further. Yes?
Use the mic, please.
I was informed that for the conclusion, we are going to have 2 minutes for our conclusion, but he said 1 minute. So I want to be clarified on that.
All right. The rule here today is that round off, we are going to go for 1 minute. So all that you have to say within 2 minutes you have informed, please tell it down to 1 minute so that we save much of our time. Thank you.
Any other question, please? Okay, now in the absence of any other question, that means you are good to go. But please, like I told you, this is an academic competition. Feel free, express yourself as well as you can. And remember, when somebody is speaking, listen to the person also, because we all are here to learn. You can pick some point that you can use further on and further from here on. Thank you so much.
Can we clap for everyone in this hall today? All right. The game is about to start. The game is about to start. Please may also remind that we have time or duration for each speaker. The chief speakers will speak for 3 minutes in the main debate. The other speakers will speak only for 2 minutes in the main debate. Now, we call on the All right, thank you, panel of judges. Please, he reminded me to let you know that we don't have a bell here. We're not going to operate with a bell, but we are going to operate with a stopwatch, which is more accurate. The stopwatch says, according to the minutes we have allotted to each speaker, and once you have exhausted your minutes, it will ring the bell for us here, and the timekeeper will get us informed. They will stop you. Is that again? Beautiful. Now, may I crave your indulgence, all of us seated here, to call on the chief speaker, dear Govt Girls Secondary School, Rumueme.
Good day, Mr. Moderator, respected members of the jury, co-debaters, and fellow students. I am DDG Rumueme from Govt Girls Secondary School, Rumueme, and I'm proposing on the motion which says, should the parents be involved in selecting a spouse for the girl child? Before I proceed to my point, I would first of all like to show you the meaning of the key points in this debate. Firstly, who is a parent? A parent can be said to be an individual who gives birth to a child or who takes care of the well-being of a child. Who is a spouse? A spouse can be said to be one's life partner. That is, a husband or a wife. So why should the parents be involved in selecting a spouse for the girl child? Firstly, the wealth of knowledge and maturity of the parents. It is necessary and appropriate to involve parents in the selection process. This is because they have a wealth of knowledge concerning the aspect of marriage, and the girl child being clouded with the euphoria of new law You think crowd is the story of new love, may mistake infatuation for love, but the parents with their much more mature mindset has the potential to give more mature and informed advice on what kind of spouse the girl child should get married to. Secondly, avoidance of unnecessary potential risks. When parents are involved in the selection process, there is a limit to the potential risks involved in the marriage. The parents knows that marriage is a lifelong commitment and that it is crucial to consider the long-term implications of choosing a life partner. They know that selecting a spouse is not like selecting a cloth, because the spouse stays with one for the rest of his or her life, while the cloth lasts for some time. And with this, they are in a better position to deduce the right from the wrong in the prospective spouse of the girl child. Finally, strengthening bonds and family relationships. When parents are involved in the selection process, they help to improve the family bond and relationship between the husband and the wife. As their involvement gives the girl child an assurance of parental love, care and support. It fosters peace and unity, and it serves as a win-win situation. As marriage is not just between two persons, but also between two families, it builds a bridge of cordiality, peace, love and unity. And in conclusion, although the involvement of parents may be seen as restrictive by some, it is necessary and important not to refute or disregard the advantages attached to their involvement, as their involvement does not just usher the girl child into a marriage based on love, but also on a marriage based on mutual understanding and shared values. With these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you beyond every reasonable doubt that yes, the parents should be involved in selecting a spouse for the girl child. Thank you.
Simply great. No wonder you're called the chief speaker. Thank you so much. I didn't sing. I did only what? Hear. All right. Let's call on the chief speaker, the opposing side, that is in the person of Onyinyechi Nwakibea from GFS Rumuokuta. Come along here and refute this point made by the opposing side. Yeah.
The moderators, Mr. Chairman, sir, the adjudigators, my accurate timekeeper, my coordinators, and my authentic audience, good afternoon. My name is Wakaboyonichi. I'm representing my grade school, Govt Secondary School, Rumuokuta. I'm here to oppose the motion which states, should parents be allowed in selecting a spouse for the girl child with the following arguments of mine. Firstly, I would love to define the term parents in my own perspective. Parents are nurturers, guardians, and caregivers. My arguments are below. Firstly, I believe every individual should have the autonomy to make these deeply personal decisions for themselves. Arranged marriage could lead to lack of personal compatibility, which could potentially result in unhappiness of both individuals involved. Therefore, it's essential for individuals to be given the freedom to make the choice of a life partner based on their own values, desires, and feelings. Secondly, incompatibility. Parents may not directly assess their child's compatibility with a certain spouse, which could lead to marital problems and unhappiness in the long run. For instance, the moderators, taking a look at the literal work of art titled Vengeance of the Spirit, written by Master Onyekachi. This portrays a beautiful girl in a certain community who was in love with a certain man. Unfortunately, the man was unable to meet up with her bride price. There came a rich man from the same village asking for her hand in marriage. Her parents sold her into the marriage because of the wealth. She became contumacious toward her partner, and on a certain day, he lost control of himself and gave her a beating of her life which led to her death. No parent would like his or her child to end up in such scenario. Therefore, no parent should be allowed in selecting a spouse for their child. Thirdly, love and connection. Love should be the foundation of every relationship. Individuals should be allowed to follow their hearts to form connection based on genuine affection and attraction. Finally, higher rate of divorce. When individuals are pressured or forced into marrying someone chosen for them by their parents, there is higher likelihood of dissatisfaction, which could lead to cheating and eventually divorce, because they will feel unfulfilled in such relationship. Therefore, Mr. Chairman, sir, I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to prove to you that parents should not in any way be involved in selecting a spouse for their girl child. Thank you.
Awesome.
I'm being motivated. Are you too?
I am.
Please clap yourself too.
I am.
All right. We go straight to the proposing side to call on Okoro Augusta Chioma to come over here and take a stand.
moderator, accurate timekeeper, panel of judges, and my co-debaters. My name is Rumuokuta and I'm proposing the motion that asks, should parents be involved in selecting a spouse for the female child? Hoping to convince you, I strongly believe that parents ought to be involved in selecting a spouse for the female child with this few points of mine. Firstly, on experience. There's a saying that what an elder can see while sitting, even if a child stands, he cannot see it. This expression is stating that our parents being much more older than us is beyond human ages, which are mere numbers, but in experiences, because it said that experience is the best teacher. Experience being the best teacher means we humans learn through experience, and we learning through experience, hence the need for our parents. So therefore, parents ought to be involved in selecting a spouse for the female child, especially when it comes to marriage affairs, because children are immature and inexperienced, and at their age, they don't know the difference between infatuation and love, whereas parents have their worldly experiences and awarenesses. Moreover, parents are the best guide to their children. Talking about best guide, not all experiences can be a guide to you. Some being experienced can use it as a tool against you, probably by advising on the wrong decision to take. But parents are the best guide to their children because all parents do is see their child succeed and flourish in a good and acceptable way. And so their participation is also a great sign of love and concern. Lastly, on parental blessings and support. Parents' blessings are so genuine and goes a long way in the success of a child's life, especially when it comes to something as significant as marriage. Even God acknowledges the blessings of parents in the life of a child. No child should marry without using our parents' advice or support because it's a sign of honor to them. And one, since marriage is a union between the two families, therefore, one, marrying without the support and blessings of the parents is just like one prepared to stand alone in life. So with this viewpoint of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you, not to confuse you, on why parents should be involved in selecting a spouse for the female child.
All right. I don't want to say much there. Let me comment let me reserve my comment. Okay. We are going to call on Ogemuna Naku to come and challenge what our counterpart.
For once in time, please permit Mr. Chairman to stand on the already existing protocol built by my first speaker. My name is Ogemuna Naku from Govt Secondary School Rumuokuta, and I'm here to oppose the motion which states, should parents be involved in selecting a spouse for their child, female child? Firstly, allowing parents to select a spouse for the child involves the child's own preference and desires. This could lead to the child feeling unhappy and dissatisfied with their lives, even if the parent thinks they made the best choice. One of the biggest consequences is that the child may feel resentful towards the parent, and this can damage the relationship between the child and the parent. In addition, the child may feel trapped in the relationship they don't want to be in, and this could lead to feelings of anxiety and depression. Secondly, even if the child eventually ends up being happy with the spouse chosen for them by their parents, this is not the best way to choose a life partner. Just like my first speaker said, love and compatibilities are things that cannot be predetermined or planned by a third party. In other words, love is a strong feeling of affection, connection, and attraction towards another person. Compatibility, on the other hand, refers to the degree by which two people have similar values, interests, and lifestyle. While these concepts are important in any relationship, they are subjective and they should not be forced or chosen for someone else. Love and compatibility must be allowed to grow genuinely and develop naturally between two people. Love and compatibility cannot be predetermined or planned by someone else. Thirdly, even the Bible said it in Proverbs chapter 18, verse 22, I quote, "He who finds a wife finds a good and obtains favor from the Lord." End of quote. The Bible didn't say, "He whom the parent finds a wife or finds a good and obtains favor from the Lord." No, rather the Bible specializes on an individual decision. So why should parents be taking on this right? If as a parent you want to choose a spouse for your child at the age of marriage, that means to indirectly call yourself a failure. Because as a parent, the morals, rules, and principles you should install in that child should lead the child to make a lifelong decision that affects our own life positively. If you still want to go ahead and choose a spouse for your child, you're indirectly calling yourself a failure as a parent. So I hope with these few points of mine, I'll be able to convince you and not to confuse you that parents should not be involved in selecting a spouse for their child. Thank you.
A louder applause. A louder applause. Yes, that was a great performance. We thank you. We thank you so much, the second speaker. Now we are going to the last speaker among this series today. We are calling on Lucky Jack Precious to come over and make a strong defense that parents should be involved in selecting spouse for the girl child.
Standing on already existing protocol, my name is Lucky Jack Precious. A student of Govt Secondary School, here to propose the motion which is, should parents be involved in selecting a spouse for the girl child? First of all, when parents are involved in selecting a spouse for the girl child, there's a reduced rate of divorce cases. Statistically, there's been a reduced rate when parents are involved in a relationship than when couples are left alone. The National Bureau of Statistics has recorded India for the past 2 years as one of the countries with the lowest divorce rates, having 0.1%, and Nigeria as part of the top 12 countries with the highest divorce rate. This difference is due to the fact that Nigeria has abandoned ancient customs and tradition which has and is still being practiced by India. That is the involvement of parents in selection of a spouse for the girl child. Secondly, we aren't saying our parents should choose our spouse for us. We aren't saying they should make decisions for us. All we are asking is they should be part of the involvement process. Being involved means being a participant. Their participation can come in various forms, such as helping us make the right decisions and not necessarily making decisions for us, helping us with their past life experience and not forcing us to live their past histories. When parents are involved in selecting a spouse for the girl child, the spouses are bound to make more rational decisions than emotional decisions. And lastly, they help in probing the spouse family background. When the child is getting married to her spouse, she's all over the fact that she's getting married and really doesn't care about the spouse family. But when parents are involved, they help to probe the family background of the spouse to ensure a safe landing and avoid unnecessary negative reoccurrences. I hope I've been able to convince you that it's a business that
Thank you so much. Great, I am learning. I am being taught today that parents should have a hand in selecting spouse. And the other way around, some group too is trying to influence me that parents should not be allowed to select spouse for their girl children. But however, I am not part of the panel of judges. I cannot say who is correct and who is not. But however, let us wait to the end of this event today. As I call Basil Treasure to come and make the event.
Please permit me, my chairman, to stand on the already built protocol. My name is Basil Treasure from Govt Secondary School, Rumuokuta, and I'm here to oppose the motion which says, should parents be involved in selecting a spouse for the girl child? Firstly, I want us to recognize the fact that everyone has the right to select a spouse for him or herself, especially the girl child. This is a basic human right of adults that should not be infringed upon by anyone, including parents. Parents may not have the best interest in mind for their child. They may be more concerned on social status, financial gain, tribalism, or other factors that are not necessarily the best for their child. Most parents just spouses for their children for the elevation of poverty and are too materialistic to see other factors like love, care, compatibility that help to bind or build up a relationship. Secondly, it's very dangerous for parents to be involved in selecting the spouse of the child. Parents, just like I said before, may have their own beliefs and preferences different from that of the child. Their values and priorities may differ from the child's own, and this will lead to an unhappy marriage. A forced marriage is likely to be an unhappy one. When someone is forced to marry who he or she does not want to, there's likely not to be happiness or fulfillment in that relationship. And in further persuasion, this will lead to resentment, conflict, violence, and worse still death. Lastly, yes, parents are the caregivers or the guidance for their child. But should parents be involved in making decisions for the girl child, especially the ones that affect their life? No, because in the book of Proverbs chapter 22 verse 6 says, do not be child in the way you should go and when you do not depart from it. Just like the first speaker has said, if you as a parent have raised your child up to adulthood, even up to the extent of marriage, and you go ahead making decisions for that child, you're directly calling yourself a failure and your child will be massive. You're trying to give the public an impression that you don't instill good morals and values in that child. So therefore the child does not have the ability in decision making for him, for herself. I believe that with these 3 points of mine, I've been able to prove to you that it is improper for parents to be involved in selecting a spouse for the child.
That was a big slap for them. We have been duly educated this morning why parents should take part in selecting spouse, and also the other way around why parents should not. Why it should be an individual thing. But however, this is just the end of the first round. We are going into the second round, which of course is the final round. Very short, very brief to say, and it's called the round-up what? Point. That is the summarizing part of this debate. And it is only to be done by 2 representatives from both sides, the chief word speakers. So may I call on Didi Chibroma Peculiar to come over here and summarize the round.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to be able to round up my point.
And with all protocols duly observed, I would like to say a roundup fact of what I and my colleagues have said. I overheard my opponent saying that the marriage should be based on love and compatibility. But may I clarify you on this point that a girl child will be feeling euphoria for new love, and with that may mistake infatuation for love. But the parents have a much more clearer mindset on the fact of marriage, love, and compatibility. So they're in a better position to be involved in selecting a spouse for the girl child. And to bring to a remembrance what the topic is saying, it is saying to the parents to be involved. It does not say to the parents should. So if the parents do not have the best interest for their child, they could have possibly killed their child at birth. Or else, they would have made, that's why they made important decisions for the life of their child, because they know that, yes, there are most things that the girl child will not be able to choose for herself, and they like to be involved, and their involvement gives her a feeling of companionship. And finally, marriage is not just between two persons, but it is between two families. So if the girl child goes into a marriage by herself, then that is to be standing by herself. With these 2 points of mine, I just stand on my ground and say that yes, the parents should be involved in selecting spouse for the girl child. Thank you.
Okay, the other hand, may I also invite Onyechi Wakibe to come out here as the chief speaker to summarize that one.
Standing on the already existing protocol, Mr. Chairman, I would like to say something. The Bible said, a man shall leave his mother and father shall take his wife, and both of them shall become one. The Bible did not say two families shall bring one person, and both of them become one. No. Again, book of Deuteronomy 30:19, I reserve my quote for the sake of time. It teaches us that God, even being our Heavenly Father, who loves us so much, still gave us the privilege to make our choice on life. He wants us to live. He wants everyone to come to heaven. But he said, I said before you did the hell and life and death, choose life that you may live. So it means the role of parents is to advise the child. As the child is growing up, you're meant to have been told to teach the child sex education, which is all about educating the child of how to handle a home and all of that. And I would like to tell you that I would also like to tell you that the role of elders who can see and see wherever they are seeing, even if an elder should see wherever he wants to see, he's not the one living with the spouse. So the child may not be able to cope with his or her spouse. So Mr. Chairman, sir, I would love to let you know that genuine with these points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you or not convince you.
Thank you. All those sides have tried greatly today to convince us. None of them have done anything to confuse us. And we stand not to be what? Confused. In Jesus' what? Name. All right. Please, can we put our hands together for the two hands? This is an inter-school debate presented by CEDHF, a non-governmental organization. And we have just listened a rapt attention while the gladiators today have been training us on the topic, should parents be involved? Should parents be allowed? Should parents be involved? Should they be permitted to select a spouse for their girl children, even though the topic says girl child? All of we have made girl what? Child, and all of them are girl children. And today, we consider this topic very important to be handled by girl schools. Yes, girl secondary schools. So that they will come, this is their own matter. We want them to discuss, to deliberate on this matter and give us what? A resolution. So that from today henceforth, one would not say, why should my mom or my dad take part in selecting a spouse for me? And one the other hand too, after today, one will not say, my mom and my dad, why did you not tell me that to marry this man or not? So they have spoken to us. But however, as a moderator, permit me to say something on both sides. When we say that parents should parents be allowed to select spouse or involved in the selection of spouse, first of all, who is a spouse? A spouse here is the man, the partner in marriage. As we are talking about the females today, their spouses will be their husbands to be. That's their spouses. So in other words today, we are talking about should parents select husband for you or for us? Yes. Rumueme girls have said yes. Parents have the right to be involved. That parents have the right to be what? Involved. And they have marshaled out points, proving to us that our parents shouldn't be guests only. They shouldn't be visitors when selection of spouse are concerned. The reasons include one, that nobody loves us children more than our parents. I doubt if it's possible. Our parents are the highest lovers we have. Our satisfaction, our joy, our successes in life becomes duly their own business. Most times, when we are hungry, our parents feel bad. When we are celebrating, when we win awards, our parents celebrate as if they are the one that has what? Won that. That is to show us how they love us. For that reason, they want to guide their children in everything they do, especially the female child, especially the girl child. And again, why is it important that the parents should be involved in this business? Because the girl going to marriage is just a mediocre. The person is just new, is an infant in the business. He is just a greenhorn. She has never known what business of marriage is all about. Yes, he might be seeing the colorful atmosphere of it. She might be seeing that it's all about fun. But the parents who are also just in that business knows it is not all that what? Rosy. Most times, we may look at that, they will use their experienced eyes to pierce into the person you're bringing, pierce into the future, and they'll be able to say, please, the future is bright, my daughter. Go ahead and marry this person. Or they may say, no. Don't do what? Marry. But however, the question is, when is the best time for parents to do this? Is it when the girl child has turned the 360 degrees of the earth in search of a man that is very difficult to find these days? And when she brings him home, you say, this is not the one? No. The parents should guide. The parents should be what? Guidance. It's time now for them to talk to the girl child. The qualities that make a good husband and how to catch a good what? Husband. And let them go and try to bring a good husband. Panel of judges, I am not speaking for them. All right. Now let's look at the other side of the coin. Rumuokuta girls, today you have tried. Congratulations in convincing us that our parents should have a hand in doing what? In selecting spouse, should not have a hand in selecting spouse for us. Yes. Why do we say so? How could that be? Yes, it's possible. Because a parent or parent that have done great grand work preparing their child for this great occasion, for this great task of selecting a spouse, should at a time step back and watch the child put into practice all that she has learned from the word parents. Like an experienced football coach, do you play in the football field with the players?
No.
Would you play as an experienced football coach in the same field with your players?
No.
You do your work behind the curtain, behind the field, and you come and stand at the word dugout, allowing watching your players play according to the rules and the counsels you have given to them. And what happened? Most times, the players do what? Win matches and they celebrate. So parents can at the same time decide to be free, decide to be neutral, watching you select a spouse and bring it to the world, to the family. But however, a blessed spouse is a blessed what? Marriage. We are standing today to wish all of us here as girl children good marriages in future, good spouses in future. And for all of us too here that are married, may our spouses continue to be blessings to us in Jesus' name. Please clap for me.